Hey, hey.
It's Oak Island Day.
It is. It's Oak Island Day. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Could It Be, an Oak Island pregame.
That's right.
We're,
Sorry, we're
we're,
a couple minutes late here. Let's get our stuff shared.
we are your hosts.
Oh, yeah. Deidre and Dustin White.
What's up? Yay. What's up? All right. So people are starting to filter in. We don't have the comment thing up, or do we? There we go.
There it is.
All right. What is up? Hi, Ann. So good to see you. Susan's here. Jacqueline, Dana, Connie. So good to see you guys. Jan is in the house over on YouTube. Yeah, we got Galia here. Susan's here. Hey, hello, everybody. As you might notice,
a very important person
is not quite here yet. Tony, our guest, is busy doing some heroic stuff out on the ocean.
Oh my gosh, Tony.
All right, you tell.
Okay, I'll bring up my little conversation.
And I'm going to say hello to Philip, Paul, Cindy. What's up?
Sound.
Can you guys hear us?
Sound.
Can you hear
us? Check.
Check. Hello, Michelle. So good to see you. Denise, Tara, Amy over on YouTube. What's up? Good to see you guys. Can you hear us?
Let's see here.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Tina.
Okay.
They're saying yes, they can hear us.
Yes.
Woo,
good.
woo.
We're probably just playing catch up there.
Yeah. Hey, we have two Connies in the house.
Yeah.
So what's up to both Connies now? Hi. Hello, Linda. What's up, Seth? Kevin, what's up? Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Barb. Welcome. Amisha, hello. We are here to chat with Tony when he gets here. Is that the case?
So if he gets here.
Gets here.
We all know Tony has heroic acts, last time he saved a person. And then he's
just what he does.
He's Tony. Who knows? Maybe he's in the Oak Island Triangle right now. But
perhaps.
So we had planned to have Tony on, and we were actually going to have Maddie on, but Maddie was occupied with a fundraising event, and he had a message for us to give Tony. So hopefully Tony will
pop in,
still get to join us. So he's gonna pop in if as soon as he gets back, or even
if he's able.
Yeah, if not, we will have to reschedule for next week, which we already talked about.
At this point, as far as we know, Tony will be here. But we'll see.
Maybe he'll slide in late.
Yeah. So while you're gathering your thoughts, I need to say hi to Boki. What is up, Boki? Good to see you, man. Agnes, OG in the house. What's up? Karen's here. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. Hi, Pat. What's up? And then we have that's Kate over on YouTube.
Yep.
What's up, Kate? There's feedback over on YouTube. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Guys, we got to figure this thing out.
Hey, Cindy has sound now. Woohoo! Maybe it's these plugged in together, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll unplug that one.
We need to, I'd need to reinstall this system and figure some stuff out.
Hey, guess what? Jenny's getting inky with it over on YouTube. What's up, Jenny? Good to see you guys. Good to see y'all. Mega Coral Tree. What's up? Uh-oh. Tony. Uh-oh.
Don't tell.
Wait. We'll see. Kate says it's better now when I unplug that thing. Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Well, you're gonna have to do it with this.
Let's see. Let's cross our fingers.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to.
We need to get headphones on. I think it's time.
Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
How you doing?
Hey. Can you hear us? We can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you, sir. Good to see you. How are you, Tony?
It's been a challenging day. I'm here with Skipper Ryan. Say hi, Ryan.
Hello.
What's up, Ryan?
How you doing?
As good as we can be. It's Oak Island Day. That's exciting for us here in the States.
Awesome.
Yeah, can you hear anything? Deidre's headphones aren't cooperating.
We got stuck on an old boat out there in the harbor, and we had to get the damn old thing towed back.
It's understandable, sir. Can you hear anything? Can you hear me? Hello? Deidre's trying so hard to be able to hear you, Tony.
I can hear you, buddy.
Oh, that's good. That's something. Yeah. So no, Deidre and I have been real excited to see you on the recent episodes of the Curse of Oak Island, and we just absolutely loved your adventure with Maddie Blake over on the Oak Island and Beyond, or Beyond Oak Island. That's what I meant to say. It's been fantastic.
You know what, Dustin? That was a great adventure. It really was. Maddie's he's really come along well with the diving, and he's so enthusiastic. He really wants to get into it. I'm so excited, and we might have more things and plans, but I can't tell you anything about it.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. That makes it real exciting. It's good to tease the secret, because when it all pans out, when we get to see it unfold, it makes it all worth it. So we're excited for that. Can you hear anything now, babe? Uh-oh. Yeah, we're having technical difficulties over here, but I can hear you just fine, Tony. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Yeah, we've just loved everything you've been doing. It's so interesting seeing the Oak Island Triangle, and you guys having so much difficulties out there. Why do you laugh?
Well, I think we found a new triangle today, buddy.
I bet. That's awesome.
No, you know what? The Oak Island Triangle is a strange place. It really is. That's where we've had all kinds of things go wrong. That's where electronics go wrong. We've had people's cell phones on the tour boat. You know, they'll switch to airplane mode, or they'll start like taking photos all by themselves. And our GPS goes nuts. Me and Ian Spooner, we had 3 depth sounders and GPS units go out at the same time, and it was repeatable. We went back and it happened again. Went back, happened again. Same spot. And
incredible.
It's just the weirdest place. And obviously, the Oak Island Triangle is where I pulled that guy's body. Well, he wasn't dead. Where I pulled that guy out the other year that had capsized his boat, and he'd been in the water for, oh my God, hours.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we actually just briefly mentioned that episode of you having to save somebody over there, and that was he was just saying that was in the Oak Island Triangle.
Oh,
yeah.
I was asked.
All right, Deidre's here now.
Yes.
Awesome. No, that was in the Oak Island Triangle as well, mate. Smack in the middle of it. And the crazy thing is, we were out there doing a charter, and we're going on around by the Boulderless Beach there, and one of my friends, or one of the people on board, was saying, you know, what's the strange things that have happened? And I was telling them about the strange things. And then all of a sudden, a little dirt devil, sort of like a little tornado, came down off the hill, and it blew one of the client's baseball caps off into the water. And there was a little chop that day, a little bit rough. So we turned the boat to get his hat. And I'm like, don't worry, we do this all the time, you know, pick up hats. And as we did that, we saw the guy's head in the water. And I thought we were honestly going to pull a body out until he moved his arm. And yeah, go figure. So, I mean, you can't make that stuff up.
Yeah. No, that's scary stuff.
Yeah.
That's
and the people on board, they thought it was all part of some show, you know, like welcome to the Oak Island show. And I'm like, no, this is real.
Wow.
That Oak Island Triangle, like, and we were talking, I mean, compared to the Bermuda Triangle, it's not that big, right?
No. It's tiny, Deirdre. It really is. But, you know, it's got the Frog Island Shoal right in the middle of it. And if you look at Desbarres or Debussy's maps, you know, or charts, going back to the 1700s, the early 1700s, that was actually dry land. So the Frog Island Shoal actually shows up as being an island with a tree on it back in those days.
Huh.
Wow. That's
interesting. Tree. I mean, that feels like a marker and very important.
Saying. It's that. I mean, that whole reef system through there now, which is a reef now that was an island. There's a channel that runs, and it's about 60 feet deep, and then it obviously comes up to the Frog Island Shoal, which at low tide now is only 7 feet deep. And there's so many people that talk about, you know, that the tide or the sea level drops a foot a century, and you know, normally that is true, but it doesn't take into account erosion. And so we have an old lobster fisherman called Garney Heisler, eh, Ryan?
Yep.
And Garney's been there, he's been fishing for like 70 years.
Yep.
And he used to sit on a rock on the cliff off of Rouse Island where he grew up. And now the cliff is 200 feet further inland, and his rock is 15 feet underwater. So when people say, oh, it's only a foot change in the tide per century, that's not taking into account erosion. That's a completely different ball game.
Wow.
And you guys get hit a lot out there by all these big storms that just mix everything up and take the shorelines every which way, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the great thing there, guys, is every year, because of these violent storms, it turns the bottom up. So new stuff we see every year. And so I don't know if it's been shown on the show yet, and I don't know if it will be, but me and Alex dove a magnetometer hit the other year, and again it was in the silt, we couldn't dig.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went back this year, we actually saw what it was. And it was an old drainage pipe that maybe came off a barge a few years, God knows how long ago. And that was off also just west of the Boulderless Beach.
Wow.
So we actually managed to identify one of those magnetometer hits that we had the other year just by the action of the storms over the last couple of years.
I'm astonished. Tony, you've always got the best stories for us too. The best information. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad we managed to catch up tonight. I was feeling a bit like Nigel No Mate stuck out there on the ocean.
It's totally fine. If it had to be rescheduled, it had to be rescheduled. We weren't able to go live last week at all. And we had got a message from you saying, hey, where are you guys at? And we're like, well,
working.
Yeah, Deidre was working, but we're just so happy that we could just have you today. Is there any way you could pull back the phone a little bit? Because people are in the chat are like, hey, we want to see Tony a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Right now they're getting there.
Yeah, you don't
have we go. We're actually driving down the highway at the moment. Here's Ryan again.
Hey.
Have you worked with Ryan for a while?
Yep, Ryan. You will see him. He was on Beyond Oak Island and Oak Island last night. He skippers the barge for us. He's the best skipper you could have.
I'm telling Kim.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's actually famous. They even named a burger after him at the Mug and Anchor pub.
Well, wow.
Well, look at here.
Yeah.
Guess we're going to have to try that one out.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Well, if you got any single friends coming up to Nova Scotia, he's single as well.
You hear that, guys? Single and ready to mingle. Let's start sending an Oak Island dating service now. Let's connect. That's perfect. I'll find you the exact match.
Hey, maybe we can give him a nickname. Maybe he's the Oak Island treasure, right?
Oh! Maybe he's the Bachelor at Arms.
Yeah. He's loving it.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. We got people in the chat saying they're single, so come back and look at this afterward. But
we'll follow up, circle back.
Hey, I have a question, Tony. So you were looking at the ice holes, the world famous ice holes on last week's episode, and we saw the metal piece that you had found. Do you think that is what was left behind by Dan Blankenship, or is that something else?
No, that's what I think. Dan was out there trying to mark the ice holes years ago, and we're in the right area. It would have been the easterlymost ice hole, and it was right where me and Ian Spooner had marked that reef, the edge of the reef system coming off onto the sand a couple of years back. And so the interesting thing there is I don't know if the ice holes are caused by drainage from the island itself, or they may be natural springs. But there's definitely a thermocline when you go over them. So a thermocline is a drop in temperature. So normally in the summer here, if we've got, say, 15-degree water, it'll drop to like 10 degrees. So again, it gives the idea that it could be a spring, but it also could be drainage from the Money Pit area. Who knows? And there's so many shafts and tunnels that run under that island. It's almost like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I concur with that.
Yeah, wow, that's something. Yeah, it was when watching it as like just a viewer and hearing you guys talk about how the temperature changed. That was I don't know. It captured my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that where the ice holes are, there's no vegetation on the bottom of so there's no kelp, there's no sea, no eelgrass, no anything like that. So again, that leads to the idea that maybe this is either freshwater or brackish water. And so when we go back this year, I would love to actually take a water sample from that area and just get it analyzed and see what the composition of that is, whether it is freshwater or what it is.
All you have to do is get a sample. Rick will taste it and tell you if it's brackish.
No, it's got to be water, not Dr. Pepper, okay?
Oh,
That's good.
Good call. And, it was really fun to see you and Maddie diving together.
Yep. No, it was a lot of fun. And honestly, the Newfoundland thing, has the Newfoundland thing played yet? Down with you guys?
It has. A lot of Tony back to back to back. It's been great.
Oh, you know what? I feel sorry for Maddie though. He texted me the other day, or actually no, I caught up with him. We had lunch down in Cape Cod, and he was a little bit upset. You see, the fish he kissed, it hasn't called or texted or anything. He feels like a cheap date.
Well, you're playing matchmaker, yeah, and then the fish doesn't follow through.
Imagine that. You kiss that cod and it doesn't even text you. Doesn't call, doesn't write. It's terrible.
Rude. No smoke signals or anything, huh?
No. Unless somebody ate it. Yeah.
That was a pretty amazing scene there, and what was it? The Screecher. Having Rick and Maddie participate in the whole Screecher ceremony. That was hilarious.
It's called getting screeched in. So both Maddie, Rick, and myself were all screeched in that night. And so that's the other weird thing. Yeah, we all got to kiss the same fish. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
she's talking to someone else. Maybe
she's one of those fish. Yeah.
Oh yeah, got to watch out for them.
That's so funny. I just wanted to speak to our chat room real quick. There's a whole bunch of people here watching us live. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat, and we'll try our best to ask them to Tony. Okay? Just wanted to let you all know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh then
I talked to Maddie just a couple days ago because we were inviting her to come join us since you guys had spent so much time together. And passed on a message, which was, thank you for not letting him have to go into the
Sorry I was losing you there, Deirdre.
Maddie says thank you for not letting him have to go into the decompression chamber.
Oh, you know what? I don't think that was his main worry. If he had spent any more time flapping around on the surface, he would have been shark bait.
I wore my shark shirt for you, Tony. It felt very fitting today.
Well, you know what? The funny thing is, just after me and Maddie did that dive, there was actually a seal that was bitten by a shark on Oak Island. And then Dr. Harvey Clark from Dalhousie University, who's been with us on Oak Island before, he actually he had a great white, 12-foot great white buzz him 3 times. And in fact, the boat we pulled in tonight is now sitting at his dock in Halifax.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if you just Google it, Chris Harvey Clark and great white, he did a CBC interview on it. And him and a Navy diver were down on 110 feet. And the great white came in, buzzed them once, came back, buzzed them 3 times or twice. And then when it came back the 3rd time, they thought, oh, we better get out of Dodge here.
And all I can think of is Charles and his agreement with the sharks, where he stays on land and they stay in water. And I see why.
That's every time Charles comes out on the boat with me, he reminds me that, he's got this deal. The sharks don't come on land and he doesn't go in the water.
Oh, I mean, it seems like a pretty solid pact. I mean, he hasn't been bitten yet, so that we know of.
No, we've got so many seals up here now, guys. So it's, I don't know if you know, if you want to Google, it's a guy called Barry Clifford. He discovered the wreck of the Widder off Cape Cod there, and it's the only pirate ship ever to be recovered. And the Widder raided 54 other ships, so it's laden with treasure. And Barry's actually got a museum down in Cape Cod, and that's where me and Maddie were the other week when I was down there. And he's an outstanding guy. Barry's a lovely guy, and that whole area is the same. It's just infested with sharks. But it's a great story. As I said, just Google it, The Wreck of the Widder. And it's a love story. Sam Bellamy, the pirate, was actually coming back to rescue his lady off the beach, and he wrecked within sight of the shore.
Wow.
Oh man, there's so many stories kind of like that, minus the pirate part, but like so many shipwrecks, right, in that area.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
go ahead.
Fire away, guys. I was losing you a bit there.
Oh, no problem. I just have a question I'm going to bring on the screen here from Michelle Tomeyer. She says that I have the show on the same time. Actually, I think the main part of the question is the underwater archaeologist mentioned the what is it? Is that the metal hits off of lot 5?
Lot 5, yeah.
How deep is the area that's just north of lot 5?
Lot 5 is pretty shallow. Again, when you come off the beach there, you come out about 50 yards, and she's only about 10 feet of water, and then she drops down, and you get into the channel where she's about 30, 40 feet.
Oh, very cool. Daniel Spino asks if Tony has ever witnessed the famous haunted teaser ship in Mahone Bay.
The haunted teaser ship. No, well, you see, I have a theory there, and I believe the more spirits you consume, the more chance you have of seeing a spirit. Wow. And so I haven't drunk enough rum while I've been on the water to see a ship full of spirits.
Wow.
Well, Tony, when I make it there, let's make it a goal.
I'm all over that. I've got the red wine stacked away for you, Deirdre.
Yes.
I think that Deidre will see 2 or 3 ships.
Lots of teasers. Let's do that.
What are you drinking right now, Nick? My friend Nick from New Jersey asked what you were drinking.
I'm drinking some kind of local IPA with white peach and mango mix of sorts. Whatever was in the refrigerator in my variety pack. Really not exciting, guys.
Okay, there it is.
There, we answered their question. Perfect. We were talking about, you and I, when we were watching them dive on the wreck in Newfoundland, and that it was so close to the shore.
Yeah.
Like, that felt kind of odd to us, but how many shipwrecks?
What was the name of the pirate? Peter Easton, right?
Yeah.
So when you were up there checking on that, and it didn't seem too far off the cliffs there. How far away were you from the shoreline?
That's very common. What you've got to realize here, guys, is that because of these violent storms, in those days, you were at the mercy of the sea and the wind. So you were actually blown onto the shore and wrecked. So a very, very famous shipwreck. You've all heard of the Titanic, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, one of her sister ships, she sank in April Fool's Day, 1873. And I talk about her a lot because I absolutely love the wreck. And it's a great story. Just Google her. It's the wreck of the SS Atlantic. So same as the Atlantic Ocean, the Atlantic. And she ran up on the rocks just outside of Terrence Bay here. And she lies in 8 feet of water going down to 80 feet. So literally she is on the shore. So is it uncommon to find ships on the ships wrecked on shore? No, not at all.
It was White Star, same as the Titanic, right?
Yeah, and that's dead right, Ryan. She's White Star, same as the Titanic. So all up the coastline here, from all through Nova Scotia, all the way up to Newfoundland, it's just, especially Newfoundland, you can't spit in the ocean and not hit a shipwreck.
Wow, that's a lot then.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
a
see,
lot.
I'm a little more familiar with like the other sister ship, the Lusitania. Is that what it's called?
No, pretty much if you can think of anything beginning or ending in ick, that's a White Star ship. So you've got the Atlantic, the Titanic, the Baltic, the Celtic, the Republic, Britannic. So again, just Google them. There's a whole bunch of them. Oceanic, and so the Atlantic is so special because she was the last of the sailing ships and the first of the steamships. So she was fully rigged with sail, but she had steam as well. And that's what she was doing here. They thought she was running low on coal, so they tried to pull into Halifax to get more coal. But the only person that had ever been to Halifax was the mate. So at 3 a.m, she steamed up on the rocks. It's her 150th anniversary next year.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Our friend Mary McMahon has a question for you, Tony. If it's not already been, it's probably already been asked to you many times, but she recognizes that. But when and where did you develop your love for the sea?
Oh my goodness. I was a young boy and my mother bought me a book. I was 6 years old and it's called Treasures Beneath the Sea. And in that book was a line: in all the banks and all the vaults in all the world, there's not as much gold, jewels, and treasure as on the bottom of the ocean. From the age of 6, I was going to be a diver and a treasure hunter. And here I am.
You knew exactly what your calling was.
Yeah, well, I've done a lot of other things in my life. I've military, police, fire, paramedicine. 41 years I've been diving and in and out of different, services. And diving is the most constant thing in my life. As soon as I jump in the ocean, I become one with the water, and you can feel it taking you and moving you back and forth. It's just so peaceful. In fact, Ryan here, he was, how long have you been on the ocean, buddy? Like 30 years?
All my life. I'm 40, and it was only last year when I started diving, and it's like I should have been doing it 30 years ago. It's just absolutely amazing.
Well, now I need to learn. So how long is this, like, I feel like we get boot camp and do it. Like, how long is it would it take someone brand new and novice to learn dive? Maybe not to direct that.
Okay, so for somebody that's never dove before to come up and do their dive course, it'll take 4 days of your life. So that's if you do it like 4 full days. So 2 days class and pool, 2 days in the ocean.
Is that even for somebody that's not very good at swimming?
Yep. No, the funny thing there, that's a very, very good question, Dustin. I've actually taught paraplegics how to dive. So
that's amazing.
You don't have to be a phenomenal swimmer to learn how to dive. In fact, if you, again, sorry, I'm telling you to Google a lot of stuff. If you just Google, there's a girl, I think down in the Caribbean there, I can't remember, she did an awesome video the other year. She's actually scuba diving in her wheelchair, and she's got thrusters and vanes on her wheelchair, and she looks like a mermaid. She's got long flowing hair. It's an amazing video.
I want thrusters. Like, okay, 4 days and then thrusters. I get it.
Yeah, a teacher says that when I swim, I look like some kind of polar bear.
A polar bear drowns in water. There's gets the more water out of the pool than in it.
Hey, I can see a boat though. I can move around, so it's
Well, if you look like a seal, you can dive with me anytime, because I'll just call you shark bait and I'll go on the other side.
Thank you. That would be fun. I'd be down.
So rumor has it you're pretty busy right now, and tourism is starting to pick up.
Tourism is starting to pick up. So we've got cruise ships coming back this year. The charters for this year are filling up quickly. And I think part of that is because as of now, there's still no walking tours on the island. So there will be an update again, I believe, in May. But as of now, they're not. So people still want to get close to the Oak Island action and see the island and get up close and personal. So on my boats, obviously, we go right into Smith's Cove, right onto the South Shore side, up where the beach area under the McGuinness property is. So and obviously lot 5, we get right in close to that. So I think a lot of people have been posting videos actually on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff from my boat when they were actually out. And I got very lucky last year. The guys, Charles will come down and wave and chat, so will Gary. And Jack waded into the ocean last year and came out on the boat twice as well. Marty's even swam out to the boat and got on board.
What a good sport.
Yeah, great guys, man. The team is an awesome team. We all have fun. Yeah, and Ryan loves Oak Island as well.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's all about the food, isn't it, buddy?
The food is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Lunchtimes, I can't wait for lunchtimes to happen.
Yeah.
The food is great.
So Mary does all the food for us on the island. She's amazing, and so she's got a touch of Heather. That's her little restaurant in Lunenburg. And so I think you've probably seen Laird and myself and Scott and John. We all go down there and sort of support Mary as well.
That's great. Yeah. Oh gosh, what was I going to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to say that is life, though. It's about the food. So
yeah, no, there was an episode, one of the Maddie's specials was a behind the scenes special, and he showed like the lunch area and the food they were getting, and I was pretty impressed. I mean, that looked like really good stuff. It looked really good.
Phenomenal food. Yeah, yeah. I think we probably put on about 5 pounds each over summer, don't we?
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm always petitioning to Scott that he should hire me because I want to test the food out. Now I just got to find a way to be useful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's I can't say enough about the food. It really is great. Yeah. I mean, everybody is so, the whole team is fantastic. Literally from the people that come on the island and help, the volunteers, that come with Ian Spooner from Acadia. Everybody has a great time. They really do.
That's great to hear. Deidre wants to be one of those volunteers over on a wash table.
I'll do whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm always volunteering, right?
So,
me and everybody else.
Our friend and yours, Susan, she says that she's going to be in your area in August, so I bet you she'll be taking a ride for you.
Fantastic.
Susan Otterson. Cindy says Scott out loud. Is Scott here in the chat? Where's
Scott?
Is Scott Barlow here?
Hearts for Scott.
He might be here. But I don't know. It's just thinking about what you've had to have experienced just not just in the area of Oak Island, but all the underwater stuff you've done in your career, Tony. It's just impressive. Like I can't help but be impressed by all of the divers we see, and like we had John Chatterton, and a few episodes of Beyond Oak Island, like from last season. I remember specifically. Oh goodness, what's I know his name is escaping me.
Oh,
the Hendricks Lake. Yeah. Anyway, like I think that's where
Christian Roper,
thank you. And I don't remember who his dive trainer was. I think it's his dad, but they were showing like a dive school there, and I think maybe Maddie was thinking when he was there at the time, like, oh, I need to get into this because he wasn't a diver yet. Now he's diving with the best of them.
Yep. Well, see, he went back and got his cert, and then we actually did his first cold water dives here, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that wasn't shown on TV at all. So it was just basically for shits and giggles. Maddie's like, let's go out there and let's do it. And so it was Ryan, Maggie, myself, Jamie, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. And we all went out and.
It's a beautiful Sunday morning. I remember.
Yep. Beautiful Sunday morning. Took Maddie out for a dive. Had a couple of beers, and then I think we had a scallop feed, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like to think maybe we had an influence on that because when we talked to Maddie Blake at the end of the season before, we're like, hey, if you learn to dive, you could go out with Tony and do something exciting. And now he's like very giddy and excited and happy to go out there with you.
It really is fantastic. And as I said before, Deirdre, I'm just so excited about some of the things we've got coming down the pipeline now. It really is phenomenal. Like a couple of the things that Jeez, I can't keep my mouth shut, can I?
It's okay, Tony, and you haven't been drinking, so.
Yeah, they're like childhood goals for me. So, yeah, I've got my little thing on the board that I can tick off, 2 especially, but that's as far as I go. Okay.
Okay. Now, if you just like walk by the board, you know, and we happen to see it, that's all I'm saying. But we also know Lisa Moore is joining you this summer, right?
Yep, Lisa's joining me. She's going to be on the boats, and so if I'm filming or if I'm doing something else away on another project, Lisa's actually going to be on the boats, and she's going to be delivering tours from the boats. And so she's obviously not a skipper, so we will have another skipper driving her around, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, Lisa's absolutely lovely love her to bits.
Yeah, we've never been to Oak Island, so we've never got to experience one of the tours. But we understand she's one of the best, and you know, it's like her and Charles that do the main tours.
Yep. So Charles and Lisa do the land tours, and so with me and I was one of my other skippers, Ken. Ken's the ROV guy on the island, so we used him. We used Ken a lot. So ROVs down the caissons. And we've also used ROV last year. You would have seen when we were filming with Dr. Spence and also with Maddie. Mm-hmm. And we actually did a documentary on great white sharks, and we used Ken as ROV for that as well. Oh, and Newfoundland. You saw him in Newfoundland as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Buzz.
Yeah. So he's one of my skippers. Yeah, and so he's Buzz's dad.
That's fun.
Yeah, he created Buzz. He's one of these propeller head geniuses. Like, you know, I sit down next to Ken, and you know, everything Ken is just like his brain oozes out of his ears. He is so smart.
So he's a guy you want to be in the room because you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. So if he's gonna ooze intelligence, I want to stand by that guy.
Yeah, well, Ryan will vouch for that, Ryan? He is just so smart.
That's great.
And just a hell of a nice guy.
Good to hear. That's great. Yeah. You mentioned Lee Spence. Like, how was it diving with him? He's like a literal legend.
Yeah, you know what? One of my buddies, said when Lee got on the boat, he's like, "Geez, he dives. He looks a bit old." And I'm like, don't let looks deceive you, because that's the thing. I had a friend of mine, she was still diving at 87. So, you might have problems moving around on land, but once you get in the water, it's like being in space. So you're weightless, and you have that beautiful ability just to go with the flow, literally. And so, Lee underwater is beautiful to watch. He's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Tony, would you ever go to space?
Yeah, I would definitely go to space. It's
maybe he already has. It's on his board, and that's one of the things he checked off.
No, I haven't been to space yet. I think it's the price tag sort of puts me off, and you can buy a lot of boats and beer for that price.
It's coming down, and I bet you in 10 years we'll be able to go to space if we want to.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Ocean is inner space.
Yeah, it's more. In some places, it seems to be even more mysterious than space.
Well, there's parts of the planet that we haven't experienced yet, and I believe my wife or my daughter in the next couple of days will post on my Facebook. When we were in Cape Cod, we had the great privilege of hooking up with Paul Mathias from the Woods Hole Institute, and we went out, and me and my wife and my daughter, we got a tour of the submersible Alvin, and there's only 6 submersibles that are rated to go down to the depth that she can. So she's pushing around 20,000 feet.
So would you would you go into one of those and go that deep if you had the chance?
In a heartbeat.
So like you'd be so happy to go down to and see the actual wreck of the Titanic or something to that effect.
Well, Paul's actually done that. Paul has actually been in one of those submersibles and gone down to the Titanic.
That takes some real courage. I mean, that's like it takes just as much courage to do that as it does to go to space, because you're in a pressurized tin can, right?
Yeah, and Paul was telling me he was down with the French team, so a French skipper and a French co-pilot, and they were screwing with him. So he was down there, and he was so intent on working the ROV, and they were dripping water on him, like the submersible was leaking. But Paul's another one. He's another super smart guy, and I knew they were just screwing with me, because if that was actually happening, the whole thing would just implode.
So really, they're hazing him a little bit. I'm a little curious, how much ribbing you gave Maddie on his initial dive out there.
Oh, we weren't too hard on him, were we, buddy? We were,
Oh no.
No, we were pretty good.
Oh, good. Yeah. He can take a joke though.
Maddie can't take a joke. Hey, I just wanted to ask you, there's been a big shipwreck discovery in Antarctica, the Endurance.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you got to say about that? That was pretty amazing.
He doesn't like the cold, but
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And again, what you're looking at there is the cold water and the great depth that she's at. So you haven't had any organisms eating away at the timbers. So that's why it's in such pristine condition. I mean, those images that came back were absolutely phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. It's just like, it's so shocking and mind-blowing that the ship looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for someone that's not like, in the world of diving or looking at many shipwrecks, I mean, it just looks so phenomenal. I mean, like you said, there's no other word for it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the depth and the cold water, that'll do that for you. The deeper you are, sort of the less damage you're going to have on the wreck site by the violent storms and that every year. Where with the North Atlantic coast around Nova Scotia here, it's the other way. We literally off the coast here of Sable Island, we have 100-foot waves. Where the oil rigs have to disconnect from their wellheads because the waves are so high during the hurricanes. And you've got to remember, there was a movie a couple of years ago, The Perfect Storm. Did you guys see that?
I haven't seen it. Have you?
No, I haven't seen it. I know of it.
No, get it out or view it. The Perfect Storm, and it's about a fishing boat that went out of Gloucester there, called the Andrea Gale, and she wrecked off Sable Island there. And again, the waves were around 100-foot high off Flemish Cap and Sable Island, and they call Sable Island the graveyard of the Atlantic. It's just a moving sandbar, and nobody knows how many wrecks there are out there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's really all I can say.
Yeah, that's something. It's just like, just to imagine. It's just like it makes you speechless just trying to envision how many wrecks there are, because like you said, you spit, you hit a shipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll have to check out that movie though.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's Mark Wahlberg, maybe.
Yeah, it's a great story. I think it might be George Clooney in it as well.
Yeah, that's what Cindy, our friend Cindy Bussy in the chat says. George Clooney.
Yeah, no, you got to watch it. Great story, really
Yeah.
is, and it's a true story. I think it wasn't Sebastian Younger that wrote it, was it? I can't remember.
Yeah, well, we'll look into it. I bet it's on Netflix or something. Very cool, very cool.
Well, we're getting close to where we need to let people go and get their snacks before the show starts. So I'll kind of toss it over to you and Ryan. And you guys got any final words to share with us?
Well, enjoy the show tonight. I don't actually know what's on the show tonight. Do you, Ryan?
No.
We got no idea what's on tonight. You guys got any idea?
What was in the preview, babe?
It's called lots of finds. So something about lots, and then I saw Steve saying there was a depression in the ground, and there was some hammer grabbing, and a big piece of metal coming out.
Yeah.
Someone asked if it was the shield. That's what I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
they're doing more work in the money, of course.
so there was no image of us pulling thousands of gold coins off the bottom of the ocean?
I think that's the next episode.
That's got to be next. Out of the finale. So
hey, Tony, before we do go, can you give a birthday shout out to our friend Susan Kortstad, because it was her birthday a couple days ago, and Deidre and I missed it initially, but yeah, and our friend Linda Laud, her birthday's today. So Linda and Susan.
Okay, wishing Linda and Susan a very happy birthday from myself, Tony Sampson, and from Skipper Ryan here.
Happy birthday.
yay!
Wonderful.
Thank you. I think that's an excellent way to end our pregame.
Yes. So, Tony, Ryan, thank you guys so much for just devoting a little bit of your time to us. We always love to hear from you, Tony, and it was really nice to meet you, Ryan. And we
hopefully again soon.
Yeah, and we wish
nice
you guys
to meet
the
you
best.
guys too. I was glad I happened to be in the right place at the right time tonight.
Right.
Happened to be in the car at the right time.
Yeah, and
I think we would much rather have been sitting at the pub having a beer doing this. But we're just happy to have our sorry asses off the ocean tonight.
Well, someday it'll be in person, Tony, and we can all just hang out together at Mug and Anchor or whatever your other favorite haunts,
and drink enough to see the teaser.
There you go.
Oh yes, yeah.
I'm putting that on my list so that I can check it off, and then you should add it to yours. It'll be a good time had by all.
Okay, amazing. I'll say amen to that there, Deirdre. And even if I've got to buy a little model sailing ship, in fact, Ryan might be able to help me there. He's got some model ships, and we can tip rum over it, tip rum all over you and in you, and then we'll set the thing on fire. How's that sound?
Yes!
That's the plan.
I can't wait. All right, guys.
All right,
well, drive home safe, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you, and enjoy the show tonight. And thank you for everybody for watching and supporting us. It's without you guys, there wouldn't be a show. Thanks again.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Well, much love to you guys, and thank you so much. And we will see everybody next week.
Right.
Right. Until then.
Okay. Ciao, Bella.
Bye.